Hello, we are students at St. Mary's College in Maryland, and we want to talk to you about the upcoming Southern Maryland Brain Bee.
Before we get to the main event, we want to share our love of the brain and nervous system with you. My name's Elizabeth, and I'm a senior majoring in psychology. I started studying neuroscience, the study of the nervous system, because I was interested in learning how changes in the nervous system impact external behavior.
My name is Brian. I'm a sophomore double majoring in neuroscience and psychology. I'm holding a real human brain. This roughly 3-pound organ responsible for our entire existence. Without it, we won't be able to feel, think, or act.
I'm Sadaya, a sophomore neuroscience psychology major at St. Mary's. My favorite part of the brain is the hippocampus, which is responsible for learning and memory. This brain region is also implicated in Alzheimer's disease.
I love the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is involved in executive functioning. This includes processing information in one's environment and planning on how to react to that information through behavior. Without it, we would not be able to think about the best way to respond to things, and our behaviors would be more like reflexes instead of well thought out actions.
And I'm fascinated by the amygdala that allows us to process information and react to fearful situations. This brain structure is connected to the hippocampus and is influenced by the prefrontal cortex. It is also part of the limbic system, which is the neural network that regulates many aspects of emotion and memory.
As you can see, the brain is a complex structure with over 80 billion nerve cells that communicate all throughout your body. In this upcoming segment, we will explore more of these brain regions in detail.
We are going to create a simplified brain model using Play-Doh. You can follow along at home or in the classroom. All you need is a Play-Doh set made up of your favorite colors and some floss. You can find the directions at tinyurl.com/smd.bee. Trust me, this is going to look really cool when we're done.
I'll be making the hindbrain, made up of structures towards the back of your brain. First, I'll mold the medulla and the pons, which together make up the brainstem. These regions are responsible for basic biological processes that are necessary to support life, such as breathing, cardiovascular function, and sleep. Next, I'll mold the cerebellum, which looks like a mini version of the brain that sits on top of the brainstem. It controls posture and balance. I'll be molding structures that are found beneath the cerebral cortex, which is the outer region made up of bumps and grooves that you saw earlier in the video. The first structure I will make is the thalamus. It serves as a switchboard for nearly all information coming from your senses. For example, information about light is sent from your eyes to the thalamus before continuing on to other parts of the brain. Now I'll make the hypothalamus, which is found beneath the thalamus. It controls various functions that maintain the internal environment of your body. For example, it regulates body temperature, hunger, and thirst.
I'll also be making structures that are found beneath the cerebral cortex. First, let's talk about the cingulate gyrus. The cingulate is involved in processing information relevant to memory, emotion, and pain. Next, I'll make the corpus callosum. This is a large bond of connections between nerve cells that help the two hemispheres, the left and the right sides of the brain communicate.
We'll be finishing our brain by molding the 4 lobes, or divisions, of the cerebral cortex. Let's begin with the frontal lobe, which is found in the very front of the brain. It is responsible for higher order cognitive functions, including planning, decision-making, and memory. Next, let's discuss the parietal lobe, located behind the frontal lobe. It controls the sensation of touch.
Let's move on to the occipital lobe, found in the very back of the cortex and processes visual information. Finally, let's create the temporal lobe, located on the sides of the brain and processes hearing and memory. Now, let's put our brain together. The hindbrain will go on the bottom and we'll add the thalamus and the hypothalamus above it. Next, we add the cingulate gyrus and the corpus callosum on the top.
We will add our cortical lobes that should envelop these brain regions.
As you can see, our brain is looking pretty great. Let's take our floss and put it on the split of the brain down the middle to recreate the mid-sagittal of the middle view of the human brain.
abstract.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Oh no, part of our syrup fell.
It's dry.
It's like a sandwich.
I can't wait to post this on my story, and I bet you can't either. Now that we've had some fun exploring the important functions of the brain, maybe you'd be interested in learning more. That's where the Southern Maryland Brain Bee comes in.
The Brain Bee is a competition that tests high school students' knowledge of neuroscience topics like brain structures, emotions, movement, stress, aging, addiction, Alzheimer's, and more.
Local brain bees are held throughout North America, and winners are invited to compete in the USA National Brain Bee Championship. It's a big deal. Plus, if you're thinking about applying to college, this will look great on your college application.
Our local Brain Bee invites students from Southern Maryland high schools like you. The Brain Bee will be virtual and will take place via Zoom on Saturday, March 12th from 1 to 2 p.m. All of the questions will be based on the Brain Facts book, which is available for free at brainfacts.org.
The Brain Bee will include 2 timed online question and answer sessions, and the winner will be notified after the exam has been graded.
The winner will be invited to compete in the National Brain Bee. Due to the pandemic, this person will complete a paper and pencil exam on our campus on Saturday, April 9th at 4 p.m. Then, we will send your exam to the USA Brain Bee, where the judges will select a winner.
If you're interested in competing or you think you might be interested, please sign up at tinyurl/SMDB register. Thank you for your time and good luck.